All right, let's get this started.
One-to-one account. Go for it.
Oh yeah, the one-for-one account of everything that happened from Gygax's perspective. We can start running sessions on that. I think it'd be really interesting to see how those monsters would turn out a lot scarier from the mimic's perspective. So yeah, last time we left off with the Cryptic Cabal that Monster Monday has named themselves as. We last time found ourselves with a new party member, still enjoying themselves, still learning a little bit here and there. As the party would pick a look at through the quests in Seji's Retreat, the troll territories that have been rumored to be on the verge of war with their Thrycreen neighbors. Amongst the party, as the new member was given the choice on what mission to take, the party decided to take on a group of chicken sightings, or what they thought was gargantuan chickens. To the party's excitement, as well as dismay, it wasn't giant dire geese like the initial thought was, as the party would find themselves stalking and chasing with eagle eyes, thanks to the DM's misunderstanding of how far 7 miles is. They ended up fighting 3 different digesters as they saw these giant, chicken creatures coming charging at them. First a baby, then a mother, and then as the party started to get confident and feeling capable, well, unfortunately, as the rooster showed up, it would put a pretty good dent into poor Gygax and Tun Tun. Believe it or not, for those of you who listen back on these, those 2 were near death at the time by the end of session. With the party having fought their way through the 3 digesters, defeating the chickens, with darkness having come, and Dutz' loud concert playing in the background. I believe last session was Avenged Sevenfold was what you were playing, but I don't remember what the song was.
Yes, it was Dangerline.
Yeah, that's right, because you never made it through the initial solo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because 6 seconds isn't as long as is not as long as it sounds. But yeah, as you lot decided to, after defeating the creatures and with it having now grown dark, you lot decided to spend the night camping out with Tun Tun digging into the dirt, hiding away in his shell. Dutz managing to get some of the a little campsite set up with Gygax, and as Minion kind of found himself curled up inside his inside his bedroll, you lot find yourselves now in the middle of the darkness, a very open field all around you. It's almost eerie how you can only barely see just due to the reflection of the light from the sand as you look about. Yes, Gygax? Oh, I thought you said something. My bad. As you lot kind of find yourselves completely in the dark, what would you like to do?
I snore.
Do turtles snore?
Nope.
Okay. I don't want to imagine Tun Tun snoring sounds like.
Sorry, that was a joke, Royce. That was a joke. I didn't mean it.
You sure? I mean, we can get some chortling noises in the darkness, you know.
Turtles do snore.
No way.
Yeah, they
They
can.
make little honking noises.
Perfect. All right. Thank you. Give me
No,
a.
God. No, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Can I do whatever I can to try and stop him from that, which is like lifting his head?
Stop! I'm
positioning
not
it.
snoring. What are you talking about?
His head is in his shell, assumedly. So I don't know what you're gonna move.
Roll over.
I'm just sleep dog. I ain't gonna hear you.
As Tun Tun starts to lightly snore,
Fuck!
You're welcome. Yeah, you make the joke. We're running with it, motherfucker. Dutz and Gygax, you 2 are awake as Minion kind of conks out. Are you guys just gonna sit up for all night for watch, or are you gonna split watch? What's the plan here?
I'm gonna sense vibration and kind of snooze.
Okay, give me a cert. We'll call it a spot check in this case.
No, it's a sense vibration.
I don't think your class gives you that skill, but give me a spot check.
I have it. You let me have it.
Oh,
you
then that
gave it to me.
works. That works then. I got 12 characters to keep track of. I don't remember what I give half of you. Oh, that
So
works.
I pull out my AK-47.
Okay, and just start going to town like this is the Middle East. All right, got you. But no, what do you actually do as Gygax starts to lightly start to kind of falling asleep?
All right, so I got to keep that thing on me. But no, dude, what I'm actually gonna do is since it looks like, from my point of view, Gygax is gonna be potentially dozing off, I will take first watch.
Okay. Give me a spot check, unless you're looking for anything specific. Yeah.
Not really. Just trying to make sure nothing's creeping close.
Okay. Continue.
18.
As you kind of spending the first 3 hours awake, watching the night, the darkness around. Do you have dark vision? Out of curiosity.
Yes.
60 feet, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. As you look about, kind of watching, you do see on the edge of what looks to be your natural vision. There seems to be a creature that's almost circling around your camp. As the first hour kind of passes, you only start to notice as this creature's furry paw can kind of be seen. A dark orangish fur seems to kind of cover over it. Looks to be very almost like a giant cat of sorts, as every once in a while it seems to kind of come into just barely into your vision, showing its feet and then stepping out, as it seems to do so at different intervals around the camp. As the second hour goes by, the same thing continues to happen. Third hour, the creature still stays the same. Nothing seems to be going on as you go into your fourth hour. Do you do anything, or are you...
I'll at least, so due to the tadpole, I can form a psychic connection, correct?
Let me check. I believe so. Yeah, you can psionically link with things but they will make a will save if they're going to resist. So, is that what you're going to try and do?
Just gonna try to psionically connect with Gygax and Tuntun, let them know. I'm not gonna psionically link with this creature and potentially piss it off.
I was wondering. All right, yeah. As you kind of looking over towards Gygax and towards Tuntun, as you kind of find yourself linking up, you hear a bit of their own internal thoughts going. Tuntun seems to be speaking about something about some sort of giant bakery, unlimited pastries. Pastries and designs that you've never even heard of. Gygax seems to be similarly thinking about the heads of surprised creatures as he starts describing creatures that you've never really heard of before, as you kind of link into their heads. Now, my question, Gygax and Tuntun, you are technically asleep, but because of the fact of you both have been linked with enough times before, you would know, your bodies would recognize the immediate connection at this point with how often it's happened. Out of curiosity, are either of you going to try and resist as you feel some dudes kind of probing into your head, basically?
Trollhead, huh? Money, huh?
As Gygax wakes up looking about.
What's up, dudes?
I think I would resist.
Okay, give me a will save.
4.
You just wanted to roll.
Yeah, did not. Yeah, as you try to resist for a moment, you see dudes for a second kind of get in your way of this massive plate of pastries in front of you, trying to suddenly imagine him as a pastry, and as he shrinks down onto the plate, you see his dudes kind of just looks at you with a bit of irritation as he increases back to full size, and you find yourself kind of pulled out of your dream, waking up.
Tuntun seems very chuffed right now. Not very happy with you.
Oh, I'm apologizing for disturbing you. There is something out there, but I want to say 60 feet out. It's been circling the camp for the past 3 hours. Looks to be of bestial nature. Not sure what it's doing right now, but it just seems to be watching us. Just wanted to let y'all know.
Can I,
in case it
Do I
decides to
see
approach.
it?
Can I
What's
try
your
to pick up any sounds?
Give me a listen check for Tun Tun, and Gygax, give me a search check.
24 listen.
Damn. The hunt is on. Alright, let's
I'm
see.
gonna do a sense vibration check.
That works as well. 25. Avray loves you now. Wow. He wasn't helping us earlier. All right.
No.
As Tun Tun, you kind of start to kind of stop and listen, poking your head out. You hear the sounds of the occasional snapping twig kind of coming from the outer circle of this camp. As you continuously hear the heavy footprints coming down, they seem slightly soft and almost cushioned, as it's barely a sound, but due to the amount of weight underneath the creature that seems to kind of pad out, it kind of catches your attention. You count at first 1, then 2, and maybe about 6 individual creatures kind of walking, circling around your camp. From what you can tell, as you hear 6 different types of, or 6 different footprint patterns, kind of going. As Gygax, as you use tremor sense, or not tremor sense, your vibration sense, you begin to notice that there is a group of about 6 creatures that are 4-legged, hefty, walking, kind of circling around the camp, but something else kind of catches your attention. What's your sense vibration distance, out of curiosity?
You did not give me a distance on that one.
Okay.
Because I'm a dungeon creature.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was the idea at the time of
I
the dungeon.
figured it would be about 100 feet.
Well, yeah, I'll go with 100 feet. That's fine. That'll work. We'll write off those for now. Yeah. As you kind of start to kind of focus in, you notice something seems to be being pulled away about 70-ish feet away from your party, about heading south towards the city. It feels like something is heavily being dragged by another creature. As you kind of look over in that direction, Gygax, you see as Tun Tun lovingly called it, the BBC is nowhere to be seen.
Wait, so Daddy Body got taken away?
As you look over, you see just an imprint in the ground where the body was, and it seems to have been dragged away.
So Mom and Baby are still there?
Yes, that's correct.
So what's most likely happening is whatever creatures that are circling us has taken. The thing that they're probably dragging is said BBC.
I did want to verify, we did already take the heads from those, correct?
Nope.
Yes. I thought we did.
No, because remember, you guys were all deciding on it, and then Tun Tun decided to dig into the dirt, and you all agreed just to camp out because Tun Tun didn't want to walk back to the village, so you just left the bodies next to you. Yeah. Minion was going to do it, but Minion's no longer here, so and went straight to bed after dropping off as well, as they mentioned. So.
Yep. So we need to go. We need to get it back.
I psionically link with the nearest beast that's pacing us or circling us.
Give me a second.
You have something that isn't yours.
Okay. As you do so, you sense the connection kind of go through, and as you suddenly see, feel a creature's animosity towards you, a hatred of some sort that seems to be kind of being exuded from the creature's raw emotions, as you link with them.
So, dudes, are you still psychically linked to us, or no? Did you cut that off?
I did not cut it off.
Okay. Fearless leader, dudes, would you kindly inform me the direction of our adversaries, so I may go and retrieve our bounty?
Well, as far as I can see, DM, you said I can only see just one of them.
Yeah, you only see the one. I will note you did not notice the large digester being taken away. The large chicken.
I'll point in the direction of like pretty much following the one I can see.
As Dudes kind of points in the opposite direction from your the three monsters, now two monsters lying south on the south end of your little camp. Dudes points north. As he does so, Dudes looking over, you notice the footprint seems, or the hefty foot seems to disappear into the shadows almost immediately.
I shout really quickly to the beast, "That's ours! Give it back!" And then to Doots and Tuntun I say, "They went that way," pointing south.
Roll me an intimidation, Gygax, as you shout this.
Tuntun is currently looking two different directions, is very confused.
As I start running south.
Yep. All right.
It starts dawning on dudes that there's now more than them. There's more than one. We probably should not.
Oh yeah, I intimidated the little kitten.
In the distance, a small cat is heard running away. As you roar this out, the creature seems to, or you still feel the body being pulled away. Tuntun, you watch as Gygax disappears into the darkness, heading south towards the town.
I look at where Gygax went. I look at Doots. I look at where Gygax went. I look at Doots.
As you look back at Gygax, you see a large, black-haired creature with what looks to be very hefty hair around its head and orangish skin, starting to grab the mama chicken, as you called it, and is starting to pull and drag it away as well.
Okay, I have a magic question. Wall of fire. What is the distance?
I can answer.
Wait, so the
as you
Gygax is chasing after the guy.
The big chicken to the south, heading south. Now looking over as you look over to where Gygax is and seeing the two bodies out of the corner of your eye, you can see the mama chicken is being basically pulled away.
Can I see? Do I see the thing trying to pull the mama chicken?
Oh yeah, very clearly now, as it's not hiding its actions at all.
Can I cast prestidigitation on its nose to have a flash or have a little ball of light appear quickly and disappear?
Yeah. Give me a second.
Okay, range 100 feet.
Yeah, I just posted it. Yeah.
I use my wand of wall of fire and cast a wall of fire behind the devourer or the digester bodies.
Okay. Let's roll up initiative as we get these actions going in here. It's time for a little fun.
Ooh, 20.
I will say, yeah, you do have to use a roll magic device if you're going to use the wand, as a heads up.
Initiative.
And when you say
11.
behind the devourers, are you talking about the two that are behind, or are you talking about
the big one he's chasing? Yeah.
If he did it behind it, wouldn't that block you off?
No, he's trying to cut the creature from biting it and basically dragging off with it.
Creature.
Yeah, behind the digester. Yeah. Okay, and we got... is that 11 for... Yeah, it's 11 for your initiative, Gygax? Cool.
Yep.
Doots?
18.
18, Tuntun?
20.
20, alright. Let's get this in order. Wow, almost in perfect order.
And for the magic, use magic device, you want me to cast that, roll that now?
Yes, please. Because I'll give you that as a starting action, as well as we'll be doing one for each of you. So, and then Minion coming in with a 12.
I rolled a 23 to use the device.
Perfect. All right. Yeah, as the wall of fire, we'll start with Gygax. As the wall of fire kind of explodes up from the ground, you hear as the creature seems to hiss and seems to meow, giving a loud meow towards the large wall of fire as it seems to be separated away from the object. I think that's a reflex
Don't you
save.
yell at me.
There's no save. Oh.
Because it does very little damage.
It does, so... all right, so, well, yeah, then go ahead and give me 2d4 for the damage, Gygax, to the firewall. Or wall of fire.
I fell into a
Burning wall of fire. Yeah, it is really burning at this point. All right. As as the creature gets lit aflame, little bits of the smell of burning fur can be kind of picked up on the air. The creature seems to back away now with the wall of fire separating it from its prey. Dutes, going to you, as you had another action. You also had an action you called up. You said you want to do prestidigitation and do what now again to its nose?
I wanted to make pretty much a flash of light appear on its nose, attempting to spook it or blind it for temporarily.
Disorientation.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to have it make a will save to see.
Pretty much, I'm tossing a flashbang in the dead of
I was
night.
about to say, flashbang out!
So you're what? You're level 5, right? So that meets. So that is a fail in that case. So as you watch as a little light kind of sparks up right on the creature's nose as you aim towards it, you watch as it lights up this large lion creature as it seems to stare. Its eyes kind of go cross staring at the light for a second and pulls away, kind of startled as it seems to look about.
Oh, are these the fucking lions?
The creature seems to roar out as it does so, or after the light dissipates, and seems to kind of like keep blinking as it looks around.
The ones that we let go? The singing lion, where is he?
Be prepared, I warned you!
Be prepared. Scar.
Yes, sir. Yeah, sorry. I can't even remember the lyrics, fuck.
No, you're good. Tun, as the Gygax and Dude's got a pre-action to the initiative, did you have anything you want to do as you're kind of looking back and forth, seeing these two things kind of happen almost instantaneously?
The only thing that Tun would do would just be to move towards the one at least going after the mama hen.
All right. Yep. As you kind of head over, it's only about a 20-foot walk over as you rush over towards it. Assumedly you're rushing 15 feet and then using the 5-foot movement for your attack, as I assume. Fuck. Man, I can't talk today. Alright, too many meetings, I tell you. Okay, yeah, as you go charging forth, give me, go ahead and give me an attack on this dire lion. As it roars and seems to be like kind of almost distracted at this point. Add a +2 to your attack for the advantage since it can't currently see.
So then that's 22.
That it?
20 damage.
20 damage. As you tear into the lion's arm, grabbing onto its front paw, tearing out a massive chunk of meat and muscle, the creature seems to suddenly kind of almost find itself snapping out of this glimmer in its eyes and stares down at the darkened shape of you as it starts roaring and hissing at you, its claws coming out, and the creature looks to be angry and ready to fight. All right.
You ain't that guy. You ain't that guy, Lion. Lionel Johnson.
As we start at the top. Oh, that's a hey, listen, don't test me. I just got him in today from Hero Forge. Don't test me here. I can turn this into a cleric. Alright, as we go to the top of the initiative, as you tear into this Tun, the sparks going off and the wall of fire exploding out. Tun, you are first on the initiative order.
Alright, Tun's hung. I'm not gonna finish that one. Alright, I'll attack it.
I think you should, because all I heard was Tun is hung, and I'm more concerned given what you're fighting.
Hungry for, and then I finished. I was like, nope, I'm not gonna continue.
Making sure.
Yeah, Tun is hung. No. Alright,
I mean, you know, the great mithril turtle. You know?
25.
25, that hits. Go ahead and roll.
Another 20 damage.
Damn. As you tear into the creature's arm once again, tearing back, you hear his bones snap, cracking, and as you pull back, blood covering your face, Tun. Your helmet is now just covered in red gore. As you kind of pull away, the creature roars out in extreme pain as it does so.
And since I will not be moving, I will bite at it again. Chomp, chomp.
Let's see what you got.
I've got a hunger that only lion can satisfy.
I'm not
29.
making that joke. Alright, as you tear into it once more, grabbing up at the creature's shoulder, yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
18 damage.
18. As you tear another massive chunk, as a snapping turtle you are, pulling back, a massive piece of muscle seems to come out. The creature seems to roar out in protest, screech, as it seems to suddenly now not be able to kind of stand on that leg, holding itself more on the other. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it for the turn, but essentially, a Tuntun's kind of looking at this time like, you messed with the wrong prey dog.
The creature looks like it's seeming to understand the situation, a little bit of glimmer of fear in its eyes for a
You were
moment.
made for these woods, son.
Dudes, you're up. What would you like to do? With one line about 25-ish feet from you, currently, the one that Tuntun's tearing into left and right, and then another about 40 feet, about 40 feet south of you, to where the other one is that Gygax is currently on the chase towards.
Okay. My first instinct was to immediately start playing music, but I can't do that because that's just going to attract more and or potentially worse. So that's great. My main thing completely gone. I'll summon the sword in my third hand.
All right, as your third arm comes forward, man, the jokes are just heavy tonight. This isn't normal, I promise you. As it comes forward with, shut up. Tun, you're not allowed to speak. You're supposed to say Tun, damn it. As the third arm comes forward with the sword in hand, it seems to kind of pull out of the arm, almost unnaturally so. As you begin wielding it, the creatures seem to take no interest yet in you, as the one kind of staring down Tun is more focused in on him.
And I want to look for the potential biggest one, or the one that seems to be covered in the most scars.
All right, give me a search check. He's looking for Scar, literally.
It's a little dark. I can't really see all the battle scars that well. I got a 6.
Man, you said it and the dice agreed. As you look about, expecting to see a larger dire lion amongst the ranks, the only one now being able to get a clear visual of is the one that is currently being torn apart by Tun. The rest still seem to be kind of just outside of your view as you look about, though you can hear the creatures kind of circling around as they don't seem to be making themselves hidden, as they continue to make a roar, louding out weird guttural growls as well as they kind of circle around you.
Then I will... Can I attempt forming a connection with a tadpole towards, or with one of the lions circling?
You can try.
I'll do that.
Alright, let me roll will save. The creature refuses to connect, as you feel the connection almost ignored as the creature manages to save.
Bro said, nah, fam.
Okay.
You ain't calling me.
Why not? I just want a late night booty call.
Well, you're about to get eaten. You know, if that makes you feel any better. I just don't know if it'll be the way you're hoping.
Okay. You won't let me do another one, can I?
You gonna try? I'll let you do a second one. Yeah. I mean, it's
I will
it's 6
attempt the
seconds.
second one.
All right.
This time on a different lion.
We'll do another. Well, assumedly, because the other one wouldn't be.
Yeah.
That I rolled higher. As the lions do not want to speak with you in the slightest, as they sense the psionic link.
Perhaps the problem's me.
Right. All right. As the dire lions are up, running over to them, because that is your summoning of the blade, which I believe is an action to summon your sword. Correct?
It's a free action.
Oh, it is a free action, so you do have one more action then. Yeah. Would you like to do anything else?
Let's try it one more time.
Caleb be like, dear Scar, I wrote you, but you ain't calling.
Please, message me back.
God damn it, no! I was really
That's what I like to see.
As you force you worm your way into the heads of the lion, you feel yourself kind of probing as the connection seems to follow through, and you hear a voice answer. Who dares disturb the great and mighty sorcerer? I am the one who sees the magic for what it is. Shut up, Tuntun.
So I'm gonna go on a limb here that you're not one of the lions that is currently encircling us.
You hear no response.
Would I be right? You know what? If on the offshoot chance that you are, would it be possible for us to speak? I would rather not to have to shed any more blood than that has already been shed.
I don't want Tuntun to shed any more blood than it has to be.
You hear the last words go, "What's a lion?" As the connection seems to almost completely cut off.
All right.
The dire lion fighting Tuntun is going to make an attack on Tuntun to see if he can actually hit.
What's the motto? I don't know. What's the motto with you?
Tuntun, does an 18?
Unfortunately not, sir.
Oh, well, let's see if the second one, by chance, 25?
No, actually.
As the lion, aggressively staring at you, blood pouring out of its one arm, and it takes its other form, is going to claws at you, trying to tear at your shell. The claws seem to grind off of the outer shell, as the creature both times seem to almost be pawing at you. It roars louder as it kind of stands up on all four legs, as it does so, and ends its turn.
Wait, did you say stand up on its all four legs?
Yes, to an extent, yes.
Okay,
it is wobbly as you look at it. Yeah, as you look at it, it's wobbly on its on the arm that you've been tearing down the forepaw. So
for a second, I was like, oh, it's on its back legs, like it's about to come down. I'm like, oh, great, vitals for the taking. But I'm like, wait, no, you said 4.
Yes. All right. The other one that Gygax just chased off is going to come back around and try and grab hold of this creature, of the creature, and drag it once more. Okay. As it runs around the wall of fire, circling around Gygax, you see the large lioness kind of grab onto the side leg of the really thick thigh of the digester and starts kind of pulling it now to the west, now away from the firewall. Just trying to get it away as the creature ends its turn. The other lion is going to roll, and it is going to cast Wall of Fire itself as it goes ahead and does so right between Gygax and the BBC, ending its turn as it continues to circle around.
Don't take my big black cock away from me.
The creature that ends its turn, and the others continue to circle, kind of watching as they do so, ending the dire lion's turn. Minion is up. He is going to grab his wardhound and climb on top of it, and is then going to run over to Tuntun and do what he always does, which is stand there and look menacingly, ending his turn.
Yo, that's wild.
Gygax, you are up. As now there is a wall of fire right in front of you, blocking your direct path to the large digester that what you saw just a moment ago being kind of taken away by this large lioness.
Just go through the fire.
Okay, so I'm facing where the lioness and the digester were. Which way do they go? To my left or to my right?
They're going to your right, basically.
To my right.
Mm-hmm.
And the wall, if I remember correctly, is 20 foot wide.
Yes.
Centered in front of me. So that means I have to run 10 foot to my right.
Yep.
And then I can go. How far away were they from me?
She was only about, from where you had gotten to, only 20 feet, with where she would be on the side of the digester at this point. So it's only about 20 feet in front of you.
So I need to run 30 feet.
Or 20 feet if you want to go through the wall of fire.
I need to run 30 feet.
You sure? It's only 2d4 fire damage.
Actually, I only need to run 15 feet.
Oh no, he's planning something. Okay. Yeah, as you circle around the wall, kind of moving up an extra 5 foot past the wall, you see the creature as it has its kind of back towards you, as it's kind of like pulling with all of its mass as it drags this creature, kind of like lunging backwards with it.
Hold on. Notes.
Do you need pocket DM? Because he's here.
No.
Okay.
I have to write notes before I forget notes.
Also, the 2d4s for creatures on the like beside the wall, 2d6 if you run through the wall.
Oh, I saw that after, yeah.
Okay, so the creature's facing away from me, which means I'm going to get sneak attack. So I'm going to be doing a pseudopod attack.
Okay.
So,
As you shoot your arm out with a... well, actually, yeah, you don't have your punch daggers. I forget about that all the time. 18 to hit. That does hit.
okay, here we go. Oh, wow.
Gotta add all the dice. Give me a minute.
There you go. 17 points of damage.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
To its rear end.
Yeah, as
and
you smack into its back of its
holding
leg.
on.
Oh, you're holding on. Okay, yeah. As you smack into the back of its hindquarters, the creature seems to not even be phased as you hit it in the back of the leg, or the back of its leg, grabbing, or as your pseudopod kind of looks like it's grabbing hold, but the stickiness kind of grasping hold of the body. The creature seems to continue to ignore you as it's like continue trying to pull this big beast away. All right. That is your movement and your attack. All right. As you now
and then I say, "Hello, doggy. I'm back."
Let me see. I'm just gonna roll to see if it even notices you behind it as it's with what it's doing. Okay. All right. As you say this out loud, the fiery walls kind of crackling as they do so, still up as they kind of keep now warm up the area. With it being as cold as it was a moment ago, the heat is somewhat of a welcome change as we go back up to the top of the initiative order. Tun, I hope you are still there and alive. What would you like to do?
I am still rocking and rolling and kicking ass, and I'm about to take a bite out of the...
Mufasa?
I'm gonna take a bite out of ass. I'm not going to take a bite out of ass.
You learned, yeah. Please don't take out a bite of ass. We don't need it regenerating.
Listen, I've had enough troll ass for a lifetime, alright? But I'll be doing a bite attack against this lion.
Okay, let's see what you got.
27.
27 hits. Jesus Christ.
Another 20 damage.
Yeah, as you lean up and tear at the creature, biting hold of its chest, as you pull down, the creature you pull out what looks to be something hefty and fleshy as a bunch of pieces seem to almost fall out of its chest as you pull your mouth back. The lion seems to roar for a second, but its roar seemingly dying on its lips as the heat kind of escapes its mouth, but no sound seems to. The creature seems to, as it gives a last glare at you, you watch as its secondary paw on the side, or its uninjured paw goes to slash at you with almost a weighted slap that kind of hits the back of your shell as the body kind of collapses under its own weight.
Hey, he went down a warrior. Mad respect.
Yeah.
But he is dead, right? Like, yeah. I don't need...
as you kind of look down at him, he's not breathing.
Okay, good. I just didn't know if I needed a double tap or anything.
I mean,
right.
You're welcome to us. The head's still there if you feel you need to. I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Nah, okay. I trust you. All right. So, any other Can I see any of the other lions?
As you look about, the rest seem to be just on. You don't? Do you have dark vision, Tun?
I don't have dark vision. I don't
Yep.
believe.
Without dark vision, you can see the one that seems to well, you don't see the lioness, but you do see the BBC kind of slowly like getting jolted every few seconds, and can see the two large walls of fire about 10-ish feet to your right, 20-ish feet to your right. You can see the BBC at this point, but nothing else other than that in the wall fires, glowing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Then actually, instead of moving, can I do a listen check to see if I can hear any of the other lions in the forest to get a better direction where they are?
Yeah. I will say it's mostly just plains around you. So this is flat land.
Oh, it's just plains. I thought we were in the woods.
No. That's why you were able to see the digester for some 7 miles away. Is because you're in open.
Oh
plains.
yeah, for the 7 miles away. Yeah. I
Yeah,
gotcha.
it's not because the DM made a mistake. That was on purpose. You know.
All right.
Back.
Welcome back.
You know, just a question unrelating to anything, of course. How dry is this grass?
It has been kind of muddy, so most of it's kind of mud. You are in the winter months still, so you are getting cold and wet, or kind of rainier weather out here. That being said, to answer your question, some of the grass is dry. There are patches of it, but the ground is still pretty muddy, so...
All right, you all are saved then. Tun puts away his fiery Claire. And realizing the ground, it might be a bit too wet to properly burn it all.
I will say the two walls of fire have caught the grass around them slightly ablaze, but not to an extent that you're looking at. Or you're hoping for. Yeah. Please don't set the field on fire. I think the king would be very upset.
Nah, it's just grassland. It's, the prairie. The prairie's not useful for any kind of ecological reason. No. Okay, I go towards the BBC. I'll use my 20 feet of movement.
Alright. As you walk over, you kind of get going between the edges of the walls of fire, now kind of creating this almost nice warm cooking corridor. The smell of cooking chicken kind of coming off the digester, as it's basically being kind of in a sense microwaved here.
Empanada.
Yeah, as you look about, you do see the large lioness on the other side, kind of pulling the BBC. Now, the BBC is, for your own notes, about 20 feet wide and about roughly 30-ish feet long. This is a very large creature.
Broiled chicken.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's my turn. I can't really do anything unless I can do a tug of war match with this line.
I mean, you use your action to kill the creature and then move. On your next action, if you want to take a grab onto it, I'll say yeah. But no, that's your action and your movement this round. So,
rule of cool, he's not joking.
Listen, motherfucker, within reason. You want extra moves? I'll give you some extra legs, or give you some tires to roll around a little faster. Dude,
right, yeah, that's it.
You're up.
All right. So I imagine in my time of absence, one is already dead.
Yeah, Tun killed one.
Okay.
There's blood dripping.
Do I see where Gygax is?
You see two walls of fire, where Gygax was running off to originally. You did see him kind of go behind the wall of fire and disappear around it.
I really hope he's doing fine. Because like my character, I don't know what happened. Alright, so... Because I would rather...
Yeah, as you look
at
about...
this point, since one's already been killed, they're not going to want to reason with us.
It says you look about you. Oh, you can give me a sense motive if you want to see if you can sense the morale or the lion's intent at this point beyond stealing the meals you guys clearly left out.
You know what? Sure, I'll sense motive on them.
All right.
It's been a while since I've done one of these. I got a 25.
Shoot, man. Sunday needs your luck. They have that with every objection they have. That's become Dom's main thing is sense motive at this point.
Ah, slightly something not going my way. I gotta sense this guy's motive.
It works, yes. You got to make sure. You never know. Sense motive. All right. So with that, you do manage to see the or since the creatures seem to be almost backing off, the fact that only two of the lions seem to come in from the get-go, and the rest have been kind of circling, seems to be that these creatures were not fully committed to the attack. Now that a single one has died, it does seem like they're not, the kind of the sounds have started to die down a little bit and don't seem to be as loud. You also notice there's almost a lack of heavy footprints now on the mud that Tun kind of identified the earlier sounds. It's almost as if the creatures are leaving or have left.
I'll be honest. I'm gonna head over to the mama chicken.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna remove its head.
Okay. Yeah, as you walk over, go ahead and give me an, let's do a survival check for it as you go through gutting it and cleaning it.
11.
Okay. As you begin to kind of chop at the head and saw through the bone of the creature, we'll come back to you in a minute because that'll take your full round of action to get cut through that creature. As you finish taking its head, the other lions are up. Okay. As the one dire lioness is going to, roll a spot to see if it notices either Tun or Gygax at this point.
I'm touching its butt.
Yes, but it's also obsessed with trying to get the meal away from you guys and out of danger. As the creature kind of takes a second, it seems to look up and looking about. You see a bit of look in its eyes, and it's going to try to let go, or it's going to let go of the chicken and start running past you, Gygax. It has. Let me check.
It's gonna run past me.
Yes, so that will give you an attack of opportunity, and you are still attached to it, so it can make it the full, or it has a full 40-foot movement speed. So for its walking, it's going to be running, which is going to be 4 times. So. That is 60 feet. If I can do math. But yeah, go ahead and give me an opportunity attack as it's running right past you to try and escape. And out of curiosity, are you going to hold the pseudopod onto it, or are you going to let go when it tries to run?
Well, as it runs past me, I'm doing the adhesive crush.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm holding on to it.
That makes sense. All right, yep. Let's see what you got. Yeah,
does a 28 hit?
Yeah, as your pseudopod kind of wraps around the creature's waist, as a kind of sense for a second, keeps its stickiness to kind of glide across and around. Go ahead and roll damage. Oh, 5 damage.
But I'm still holding on to it. It now has to do a grapple check.
It is a grapple. All right, which is, if I remember right. Oh, in this case, that's easy.
His grapple versus my grapple.
Yep. That is a 28.
I failed on a nat 1. I rolled a 17.
Damn! As you feel your pseudopod ripped away, or almost like kind of pulled off, as the stickiness seems to kind of catch some fur that was already coming off the creature. Kind of with the disconnect, it seems to give the lioness a chance. Noticing the pseudopod and assuming to attack it like a boa constrictor, it seems to grab at with its mouth and tear away at your pseudopod, pulling it away from it and running away. It is going to disappear into the shadows as it does so, taking us out of initiative as the creatures seem to disappear.
I grab Daddy body and I start dragging it out of the broiler and back to the others.
As you do so, you will be dragging a bit of I assume Tun, who at this point I assume is basically going to be latching onto the corpse, still thinking the lioness has it.
Listen. I mean, Gygax would not be able to pull me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As you go, Gygax, to grab it, you have a light pull, and the creature does not move for a moment as you try to pull.
I look up and see Tun, so I go to the other side and help pull the other way.
She did kind of start thinking it over.
Tun's like a dog with his favorite chew toy. He's like looking at it like, I'm not letting go.
Yeah, as you two kind of drag it over, Doots is finally finishing sawing away the head of Mama Chicken. As the two seem to bring over this object. I will mention the walls of fire. If I remember right, how long do they last? Well, this one technically is going to continue to last. So one of the walls of fire is still up, the other seems to drop. So you do still have a bright wall, allowing you guys kind of to see to a somewhat degree around you.
Whose is up?
It looks like the
Theirs
second.
or mine?
Theirs. Yours is no longer. Though I will mention, that's not because of anything special to the item, that's just because, assumedly, you're not focusing concentration on the item anymore.
No. Here's the thing is, mine came from the wand.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, it would not be my concentration. It would be a spell cast by that. So, yeah, I'll just dismiss it. Whatever.
Oh, no worries, yeah. Yeah, as the fire dissipates, you lot kind of find yourselves with the now one headless mother chicken, a dead lion, dead black fur or black maned orange furred lion, and a baby and a daddy chicken.
Tiny go back into his little ditch and go to bed.
Tun has had enough of this. Is Tun planning to snore or no?
No, Tun is not planning to snore.
Okay.
It's it's Tun's fault that they came. It's his snoring that lured him in for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
How large are the dire lions?
They are the dire line that you have. The body is a total of 9 feet long and it looks to weigh roughly about 600 pounds.
Oh, never mind. I can't eat it whole.
I'm going to cut off the baby and the BBC's head, and I would like to skin the lion.
Okay. Give me 3 survival checks, and Minion is now saying that the fight is over, is going to curl up back into his bedroll with his dog and go to bed.
So in order, 7, 12, 18.
Okay. It takes you a good chunk of time working away at the baby's neck, sawing at it and cutting at it. The creature seems to be somewhat tougher as you work on it. It will take you the rest of the night, so meaning you won't be able to get a long rest, Dutes, and you will gain a level of exhaustion. Just for your own notes, do you keep trying as far as it goes, or are you going to finish through, or no?
I'll wait until the morning.
Okay.
I'll take my chances at this point.
All right. Then yeah, as you manage to get the BBC as well as the lion skinned and the BBC's head, you head off to bed, kind of curling up next to Tun. Gygax, I assume you're taking up last watch now, given everything that's gone on.
Now that the dire lion's body has been skinned, I'm going to keep watch while licking the meat.
Okay. Like a meat popsicle? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Fucking a giant mimic eating or licking on lion meat. Why not? Yeah, as you spend the rest of the night, give me a spot check, Gygax, just to see if you catch anything for the rest of the 4 hours.
Sense vibration.
Sense vibration, yes. I will always say spot check regardless.
Oopsie.
Well, hey, the lion's really good. It's delicious. It's a new meat. You've never had it before,
The meat is
It's great.
Yeah, it's a new creature that you get to enjoy as you spend the rest of the night kind of undisturbed. The day goes on, and as day comes, the sunlight kind of expanding over the horizon. You find yourselves looking about, and as you see the tracks that seemingly circled you, you see large dire lion tracks that seem to clearly note there were more than just 6 or 7. There looks to have been a good massive herd of these creatures on the outskirts of you. Though herd is used relatively, given as you count the footprints, they all look to be very small for the paw prints, for the many numerous ones, counting maybe 30 or 40 tiny paws, kind of walking with about 12 as you count in total, larger separate footprints. But as you kind of spend the rest of your morning eating your rations, kind of eating the chunks of lion, and cutting up the last of the baby's head, you lot begin to head back towards town, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Are we only bringing the heads, or are we bringing the full bodies as well?
That's up to you guys.
Roughly how heavy are these?
Well, let me pull that up for real quick. I had... Yeah. They are 350 pounds each. Well, the baby is 350 pounds, the mama is 400, and daddy is like 500 pounds.
Well, the baby now weighs 300 pounds because the head has been taken off, right?
Roughly. I don't know. I don't know how much equated a head is on a chicken compared to the rest of the body weight. So I'd assume it'd be more like about 10, maybe 10 pounds worth off the baby.
All right, I'm gonna try and drag the baby because that's gonna take the maximum amount of weight limit that I have.
All right. Gygax will drag it. It's slow going, but yeah, you'll be good.
Actually, I can lift it up and take it, so I'll just be a little bit slower.
With the push drag lift, I should be able to, if we tie him up, if we tie him up, I can drag both of the mama and papa corpses.
Okay.
All right. Who's tying it up?
I look at it. I look at the body.
Yeah, Dun looks at his paw or his feet that do not have fingers.
I look at my webbed feet with no opposable thumbs.
I'll tie it up to him.
Can you give me a use rope check?
All right.
2% of their weight. Okay, no.
22.
22.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you managed to easily tie the two together, kind of grabbing them and making it mostly focusing on the legs where they're at their skinniest. You kind of hog tie the two as a single individual, tying the rest around Tun to make it so he doesn't have to hold it with his mouth. It's just tied around his waist. He starts kind of. You see at first Tun slightly struggles to get the bodies moving, but as he starts to really pull, the dirt seems to kind of lift out up from underneath the chickens and starts to pull. You begin tilling the ground as you go up, Tun, but you start moving.
Dude, I totally could be a beast of burden.
Is that what you're going through your head during this situation?
Yeah, I was like, man, I could be an excellent farmhand. I could plow fields all day.
Yeah,
I could be a productive member of society.
Whatever society it is for a 2-year-old.
Yeah, you know.
A
lot of pastries, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And Dutes, are you going to be carrying the lion meat, I assume, with you?
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll be about 300-ish pounds of meat that you're taking with you, just for your own note. As you three start dragging along these bodies and kind of heading along, Minion doesn't seem to really help out in any way, kind of just riding on his war dog, enjoying himself as he does so. You lot kind of find yourselves after about good 6-ish hours of marching through the open plains back towards Seji's retreat, the large town of tents made of leather, the nomadic town, if you will. As you head towards into the city through the northern gate, the guards kind of smile at you. The house that was there that used to be cordoned off now is completely demolished. There's now a couple of what looks to be new teepees that have been set up. A small group of trolls that look to be kind of sitting inside as their the flap is open. But as the guards staying off to the barrack kind of see you lot pass by, one of them flags you over, seeing you dragging the bodies and seeing the slight exhaustion and sweat and distance you've been traveling. He comes over, this kind of short, stout, green orc-looking fella who seems to be wearing what looks to be a mix of leather armor and what looks to be painted leather that is now a bluish color that's almost make pings off of his skin every once in a while as you hear like a necklace bouncing off of against it, off the armor, giving a metallic like sound to it. As the kid as the soldier comes walking over, looking at you a lot, he goes, and first speaking in common or in Draconic, goes, do any of you speak local tongue, or are you only from Krikek? Kind of looks about, waiting to see if anybody understands.
Yes, I speak your language.
Oh, perfect. Is there a language all of you speak that I should be looking? I can find a translator.
Tuntun starts speaking in his native tongue.
Tun.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the Zoraton language.
Do you speak any other languages?
I know Common, and I know Giant, and then, of course, Primitive, but I'm not much more experienced than that.
Common would be best. And then I look at Doots. He'll talk to you now. I say in common to Doots.
He switches over to Common and goes, I am... Apologies, as... Common is not... Common.
I'll start
I look at
speaking in Giant.
I look at Gygax and just be like, hoping that he gets the idea of.
I psionically link with Tun. Yes, Tun?
Why don't you ask him to talk in whichever language he's more comfortable with, as I can understand whatever he speaks, and I could just say what he's saying to you, and you could tell Dudes. There's nothing lost in translation.
I also speak Giant.
Dudes, can you sonically link with Tun while Tun listens to the guy, and then you guys can talk? My head hurts.
I was just trying to make it difficult. Yeah.
I'll say in common, I do speak Giant, if that's a language you prefer.
As he switches to Giant, he goes, yes, I can, my not native tongue, but much clearer and easier spoken around these lands. I do apologize, as he continues and goes, I must ask, why does the walking chest look to the turtle every time? They seem to be having some sort of strange and intimate conversation amongst themselves. Should I be concerned?
No, you should be fine.
What'd you say, Tun?
I look at him in the eyes as he talks about intimate conversations.
He just seems to immediately break eye contact from you, looking back to Doots, and goes, are you here by chance about Frosty's request? The massive angry chickens?
Yes.
I figured as much. Frosty is currently on a scouting mission with the rest of the town and most of the military, unfortunately, amongst us. Long story. There's not many of us here that are capable, but I know I can get the gold for you. It'll just take me a minute. Do you mind hanging out here at the barracks with me? We can. I can go and see if I can get one of the members of Ice Clan to honor the deal and get you hopefully out of town and dealing with whatever business you are. Understand? I don't mean to kick you out, but there is a threat of war going on. We're trying to get all merchants out of the city right now, and as you lot don't look very capable for combat.
Tuntun perks up at the sound of war.
I just don't want to, get you all involved. But if you'll wait here, we'll get you paid, and then I recommend you find your way out of here. There's a very important gentleman that's leaving town today, actually. You might be able to hitch a ride with him.
Appreciate it. Yeah, let's handle this.
He nods and goes, go ahead and wait here. And he kind of turns and starts, he goes, I gotta jog down and get them, but, make yourselves at home in the barracks. Most of the guards aren't really there at this point, as I mentioned, so just don't break anything. And he turns and starts jogging away.
Caleb, my fearless leader.
Mm-hmm.
We could get some mercenary work.
Oh, I know. I'll be telling him when he returns.
Okay. Didn't want to let that go unsaid since he's like, oh, you guys probably don't have any combat experience. I was like, "Ah." He does not know.
He does not know of the atrocities we have
He
committed.
does not know of the aboleth we killed for sure.
Aboleth in air quotes.
Yes, load-bearing air quotes.
Yeah. As you kind of wait there for a bit, about a half an hour goes by before the soldier comes back. As he comes running down, he looks to have a hefty bag in his hand, as well as a secondary thinner bag that looks to be more put together and almost ornate, with little bits of gold thread in it. It seems to be painted with this beautiful blue design. As he kind of brings it over, handing it off to you, you see the design on it is a picture of what looks to be just a normal troll, painted as if it's their moniker on the bag in blue. The other bag looks to be, as he hands it to you, just a sack of coin. As he smiles and goes, I don't mind. Excuse me. The runs are. It's a lot of running around here. This is from the Vice clan. They apologize that Frosty's not here. The last snow is very important to a very crucial scouting mission at the request of Seji. But they said to hand this off to you. There's 10,000 gold pieces. Although I will warn, they are calorium, so on your own note, if you're not familiar with the materials, do let me know. We can transfer them over to what the giants are more commonly known to use. And then the other item is the bag of holding that they promised. I didn't even know that they made ones this strong.
Well, thank you. I did want to also say to your earlier comment about us not looking, or almost mistaking us for merchants. We are, in fact, a mercenary group. We did fight in the Greg's Marathon's war against... The enemy eludes me, but regardless, we have seen battle.
Yes. I mean, there were a few mercenary groups. The only ones there that I know of were, there was a clan of some samurai. There was, some, group named, I don't know, Cake Cabal. I have no idea why a baking company would have been involved.
Cryptic Cabal.
Oh, yeah, that was it, yeah. One of the guards here, was a new hire. He's off right now on a mission. He's a huge fan. He said he was from the territories. Was served in one of the units that came in after the cleanup. I was talking about how they dropped a giant castle and stuff of an aboleth. Oh, saved some of the mercenary Nef's life. Now turned vassal and became the hero of that war. I mean, truly, that group was an impressive lot. I bet Seji would kill to have someone like them on his side, but unfortunately I hear they're long gone.
Tuntun looks into the camera, breaking the fourth wall.
Well, I thank you for recounting the battle, but yes, that is us. We are the Cryptic Cabal.
Give me a diplomacy check.
All right.
As I hear Cryptic Cabal, I go, us? What? What do we do?
24.
24. He looks at you and goes, you know, now that you say it, they did say that the leader was an elf-like figure who could talk real well, and then there was a turtle that glowed blue and a talking treasure chest. Wait a minute. You're the Cryptic Cabal.
Dun, da, da, dun, da, da, da.
Yes.
I
yes,
mean,
we are.
Well, shit. If I had known that, I would have let Seji know right away. Why didn't you say something? I mean, honestly, I guess, yeah. Are you staying in town? Are you guys with, that Regan Utham fella?
We were, yes.
Well, he's still in town at the, inn if you want to go, Oh my god, I gotta tell Sed. If you guys are looking for work, I'll let him know. Hey, this might get me a raise. I might get a rank up. Oh my god.
Well,
I could be the guy who brought the
glad to
Cryptic
assist.
Cabal. He kind of smiles and goes,
We are.
My name is Doc. I am, my father is Daka, the second biggest brain.
I smile and hold out my hand.
He holds out his head and kind of shakes your hand. Let me roll something.
And every time I hear the word Cryptic Cabal, I look at that person who says it, and I'm like, That's the only thing I understand. What's going on?
Just for reference, what's the tier of the bag of holding that we're getting?
3.
Okay.
And 37. I'm sorry, Caleb. I want you to know I do this with no animosity. What size category is dudes by chance?
He's a medium.
Formerly, it was medium. You are now tiny. As you shake the hands of the individual, feel your hand tingle, and you shrink down to the size of a small fey creature, and you see his eyes go wide and go as he goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. My father's magic. I'm not very good at it, and I seem to have it just randomly happens with anything.
Yes, the Daka magic. It lives on.
It'll be like an hour before it goes away. I promise."
Okay, well, at least it's not permanent.
No, I'm not as strong as my father. No, I do not recommend shaking my father's hand. My mother, she's now a pile of flowers. Which you'd think would be very sweet and loving. It was, I haven't seen her in, years.
Are the flowers at least tended well? Me not being able to say this, but me looking concerned.
No, they were blown away the first day.
No!
As dude shrinks, I reach out a pseudopod to catch him in the middle of the air.
You see,
before he falls.
The guard sees you do this, and as you grab hold of him, the guard kind of looks at you and goes, "I'm so sorry." He switches back over to Draconic to clarify to you, Gygax, and goes, "It's my magic. I have this thing where anything I touch, if there's any sort of influence of magic, something happens randomly. I can't control it, but it's only for an hour. Your leader's fine, I promise."
Okay, and I put Doots on top of my head.
You see a sigh of relief from the guard as a clear worrying concern was on his face for a moment, looking at the very large dead creature still tied to Tun-Tun.
So, if you would like, you can go ahead and go and tell your boss that we are here. We're going to go see Reagan Newtham.
He nods and goes, yes, I'll allow me. He goes, here, he hands you 2 gold coins. For your troubles, he'll buy you a drink on, as far as it goes at the end. I really feel terrible. I really, I just want you to know this is really an honor to be able to introduce you lot and be the person who gets to, further your tale. You aren't looking for, another member, an associate or anything by chance. I hear, you guys pay very well.
Well, right now, we're about to have an opening soon.
He's just gone.
He kind of nods.
We're about to have an opening soon.
He kind of nods at that and goes, I'll make sure to come visit you guys later on then. Let me tell you where you're busy. If you can leave the giant chickens here, I've already called a couple of Solar guards over that were lazily walking instead of running as they're supposed to over here. So they'll take care of it. If you want to help me, I can just shove them inside the barracks. My bunk's not in there, so I don't really care if you ruin anything.
All right, Gygax, can you assist? I would, but I look at my small hands.
I take the bag of money
Uh-huh.
and I put it inside of me, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then I take the 2 gold coins. I put them next to Doots on my head, and I take the bag of holding and put it in the satchel on the back of Tun-Tun.
Yeah!
As the kid kind of starts untying, you watch as he pulls the BBC into the barrack building, kind of squeezing, and as the door, the stone building itself, the door starts to crack, you watch as it the front entrance kind of crumbles in on itself, and you hear it from inside the guard go, "I'm okay, but I am gonna tell them you guys asked for this, if that's okay. They won't dock your pay." As you see another pull.
So the 10,000 calorium coins, where's that at?
In Gygax's mouth. He just put it there for storage. Yeah.
It's in a bag in my mouth.
Correct.
Gotcha. Are they is there any special colors to the chlorium coins?
They are a mix, and let me pull up my own notes.
Because does each chlorium coin equal the same as just a different color?
So they're equivalent to gold, silver, platinum, and copper. It's the same.
Yeah,
thing.
it's the same money.
Because I know you said 10 grand of chlorium coins.
Yes. So they are going to be mostly of the gold equivalent, which I believe is blue because green is the best. So.
Green is
no,
obviously
it's
platinum
red, blue, gold. Because it's red, blue, yellow, and then the top, I believe, is green.
Yeah,
These are
green.
yellow.
So yeah.
Well, yellow is
Green.
richer, so of course it's the gold one.
Yeah.
Yellow. Yeah, yellow being top. Okay, so it's yellow. It's yellow, red, blue.
It's that.
Okay.
It's that from copper down to platinum.
Yeah, but I want to know what I wrote it in my. Because I thought I did. Give me a second. Problem with having all your lore established, you've got to look and confirm a few things. But as you kind of head into uptown towards the inn itself, pulling up my own notes, Pillows and Drink, as it's called, ran by your favorite individual, the ogre/ogrillion named Longnose, that you had managed to eat both the fish, or a whole fish and a whole pig from.
And we also drank the special drink. Tuntun didn't throw it up. Gygax did, but he drank a lot more than I did. The Returns of the King, nonetheless.
I am the Grand Vomiter. Thank you very much.
God
But
damn
yes, they will sing songs of our great consumings of this food.
And projectilings.
You're not
Your
wrong on that.
projectilings.
You are not wrong on that in the slightest. Here it is. Oh, did I really? I forgot to update my own notes. Oh my god, that's amazing. I'll look it up later. We'll take a look at it later. Yeah.
Do we run into Ustam along the way?
Yeah, as you guys head towards Pillows and Drink, kind of heading in towards the inn, you do see as Regan Utham and his kind of elite Jarl Blackguard are kind of surrounding, the area. Surrounding the tavern. Drinks being poured as Regan Utham seems to be the only one kind of quarantined off the entirety of this tavern, as you see no other guests other than him and his guards. Longnose kind of standing behind his bar, nervously chewing away at his fingers as he does so. Kind of every once in a while jumping to bring another drink over towards Regan Utham or one of his guards as they call for it. But as you lot enter, the place smells the same. You still smell the hot steam coming from the back rooms and the hot springs themselves, as well as the strong scent of both vomit from the street that still kind of emanates, and the scent of something kind of awful cooking in the background. The smell of burning fish almost kind of wafting through the air.
Hello, Regan Newtham.
Huh? I look around, not seeing the now tiny man.
I go to the table and put my head against it so Doots can walk across.
I do walk across the table.
I apologize for my newfound appearance. I made the mistake of shaking the hand of Doc, and I apparently will be this size for about an hour.
Once he walks across, I go to the bar where Longnose is at.
He Longnose just kind of looks at you and goes, what? Oh yeah, the walking shit. You projectile vomiter. I remember you.
Yes, you called me the Grand Vomiter yesterday.
I was very drunk. Yes.
I like that name, but can we have three regular drinks, one for my small friend on the table, and then one for Tuntun and myself, please.
He nods and goes, yeah, I got you. You want special drinks or you want something that's actually tolerable?
Just normal.
Tuntun's confused. They were all tolerable.
And he kind of looks at you, nods, and goes, all right, how's special coming right up? And he turns and walks into the room. Regan Utham, if you would like to, go ahead and cast it. Or
I
roll
put the
for
2
it.
gold coins on the counter.
Remind me. Alright, thank you. I forget if Dispel Magic is a specific save or not. It's been a while.
I know it's a caster check above a certain caster level.
Oh yeah, it's so you make a Dispel check. It's 1d20 plus your caster level.
Let's give it a shot.
By the way, max caster level is 10 for what you can add to it. So if you have over 10, it's just plus 10.
Yep.
Do I see him casting or getting ready to cast a spell?
Yes.
I will get to the edge of the table. I don't want to just.
I rub my bony hands together and we're gonna try.
As you begin to do so, the magic as your hands start to glow, bringing him over towards Doots. Doots, this time you can give me 2d100 rolls.
Okay.
Huh. Lingering Dr. Magic. How odd.
So the first one
Mm-hmm.
is an 87. The second one is a 62.
All right. Well, you know how you were trying to get away from Utham a moment ago?
Yeah.
Like a cartoon character suddenly being attracted to a magnet, you start to run in the air and find yourself slowly being pulled back and then faster and faster until you are squished against Utham's chest.
Okay, can I just, catch him in my hand? Because he's even medium. He's very small compared to me.
Yeah, as you go to grab hold of him, as he comes to your hand, you feel him kind of slightly pulled towards your hand tightly, as you are also slightly your hand seems to be slightly drawn towards him.
Interesting.
Can Utham read minds?
Not unless you want me to.
Okay, because if it was just like a thing that's just active all the time, my immediate thought is, wow, you have such delicate hands, despite it being made of fucking bone.
I say they're made of bone. Well, they're not. So you don't feel bone, because they're bone coated with rock.
Yeah, they're cold and stony.
I say it in like a somewhat sarcastic tone. Like, oh, what's such a delicate touch?
It looks confused.
As you two kind of now at this point basically holding hands at the table, Longnose comes out setting a black bubbling drink in front of Tuntun, in front of Gygax, and then walks over to the table and sets it down in front of Utham as he sees Doots now kind of caressed into his hands and just kind of looks at him.
Is he still tiny or is he medium?
He is still tiny.
Oh, nice.
Oh God.
He's in the palm of my hand. I don't think he even fills my whole hand.
Nope.
Well, I guess you're gonna be hanging out here for an hour. I tried.
Okay.
I'll just lay my hand on the table, back down.
Yeah.
On the table, technically.
I'll try to sit up.
Yeah, as you kind of sit up on the table, you two are kind of looking at the drinks. Tuntun and Gygax, I assume you're downing your drinks immediately.
I look at the drink. I look at Tuntun. I look at his drink. I look at my drink.
As soon as Gygax looks at my drink, Tuntun will kind of slowly drag it away from Gygax.
No.
I take my drink and go closer to the tent door.
Okay. As you kind of walk over, the two of you, as you start to go down it, give me some fortitude saves.
Come on,
that goes
big
for
money.
you as well, Doots, if you're going to take a sip of the black bubbling drink.
Looks like it ain't sitting well with Tuntun today, because that was a 10.
Alright, so...
Can I even drink it? I'm tiny and bound to his palm.
I mean, if he moves his palm forward...
It's like I'm doing a puppet show. I'm feeding a puppet that's in my hand. It's fine.
So I have found out
19.
that you have to at least eat a whole dire boar and the weird fish dish to be able to consume this.
Okay. So Regan Utham taking a sip of the drink kind of before Doots gets a chance.
I'll take a quaff.
Alright. That sounds
got a 9.
horrible, but alright, 9. Yeah, as Doots and Tuntun, as you kind of take a sip of it, At first, it tastes very sweet, like the rest of you. It's got a nice sweet berry-like taste. Almost a mix of berries, too hard to identify. But as you down it, Tun Tun and Dudes, almost immediately you begin to feel your stomach grumble. And as you do so, you watch as what you had eaten the previous day goes flying out across the room.
I try my best to make it to the edge of his hand and not look at Utham when I do it.
Tun spits up in the cup he just drank out of.
As you two start vomiting, the Gygax, you're fine for once as you manage it down, and Utham, it's definitely a little poignant. Utham, it doesn't taste the greatest. It's like a very thick milkshake, but does not have any flavor.
I'm gonna be honest. Utham doesn't really question it because of my item, I haven't eaten in years or drank anything.
That's also fair. Your taste buds would be kind of skewed, so this would be just like, at this point, not tasting anything really would be kind of normal to you.
Because I don't have to eat. I'm just doing it now to fit in with my guard.
Yeah. But as you guys kind of finish the drink, you watch as Longnose just kind of looking about the situation, watching Tun Tun vomit, watching Dudes kind of steps it back into the back room, leaving the bar unattended. As he disappears, one of the guards kind of stands up and walks over to the bar, grabbing a large bottle off the rack and setting 2 gold coins down as he goes to sit back down at his table and starts drinking out of it. As you lot are pretty much kind of left alone to talk to Utham and his guards now without any issue.
Minion, I'm just gonna look at Dudes because I'm assuming he came to me for a reason.
I say Minion is completely just not paying attention. Has gone to his room and is asleep, or is gone to lay down. So,
Your Greatness, I wanted to ask you a question. Are you in the market for, would the proper term be slave, test subject, body?
Just a person.
Sure, we'll go with that.
if you consider them people,
I mean,
Listen, what's your thought over that?
some people don't look at Rakshas as people. Just saying.
Yeah, because they're cats, duh.
I mean,
Cats aren't
I'll just
people.
look at him and be like, depends on if they're interesting.
So, what if you would offer for the recent party member of my group? Hold on.
Minion?
Oh, he muted because I think he's got company.
He said
anyway.
hold on, not because he was thinking. He stepped away.
It was strange because he said hold on in the same voice.
Yeah, and he vanished.
Takes a minute. Also, that sucks for that person that their power literally went up for the whole session. That's unfortunate. I feel that when when you can't charge your phone, you're just sitting
some
there.
places have a horrible electrical infrastructure.
Michigan,
It would have
where
been
Cameron
worse.
lives.
It would have been worse if they were joining this session and their power went out.
Oh yeah, that would have been like, all right, well we're not doing it. Yep.
It would have been so much worse.
Here, I'm gonna pause recording while we wait for it to come. Oh, never mind. Perfect. Go. You're good.
Wanted to know if you're. So I'm willing to sell the recent party member as he has expressed he is no longer interested in traveling with us.
Uh-huh. So what's interesting about this party member?
Well, I'm not. So there's that. I also have seen him breathe multiple different elements. Like, I think at one point he breathed fire.
Well, that's at least something. And how much or what would you ask for? As he vanishes once again into the darkness.
Man's in a business deal and just disappears.
As
The
Duke
art of the
zones
deal.
out because there's a conversation between him and Zebril going on.
Yeah, Dude's just gotta step away for a second to contemplate, make sure Zebro agrees with the deal.
I just like to imagine he's like fading in and out of existence to randomly talk to Uth and he just vanishes again. It's a really confusing business deal.
Oh my god.
He's back. That's around this time that dude starts to finally grow back to normal size in your palm, kind of falling off your palm to the table.
I see. You also got tired of the voice.
Not in the slightest. I was doing the time in my head here. Don't worry.
Okay.
Now I plan to shrink you more often now that I know you're willing to do the voice. Now I'm kind of curious what a shrink Tun's going to be like.
Cousin.
Well, I would say as for now, it's probably just easier to say coin.
How much?
As for the amount, how much do you think you would be worth, or something like this to you?
Well, normally slaves are categorized via their physical abilities, but that's not why you're selling them to me, so it makes this deal a bit weird. I mean, I have the personal funds. He's not unique, but I'd have to go looking for another one.
Well, actually, I will say, give me a let's just do a knowledge medicine or your profession doctor to see how common someone of his individuality would be. Because I will say, he is a short Rakshasa, and he is a unique Rakshasa, so...
Yeah, but that's not the part Ethan cares about.
I understand that, but yeah, as far as like what the rarity of him is.
42.
42. I will mention, so he is actually, as you note, he is not a proper Rakshasa. He is of a race called the Deep Yang, which are Rakshasa, but are considered a lesser version of them. They typically are smaller and better at hunting in the Underdark. Many of them do take on dragon-like capabilities because it's not uncommon to pick up, well, AoE weapons would be the D&D term, but in your case of understanding, it'd be like a sort of an attack to attack multiple enemies at once. Many predators kind of pick that up.
So he's an intelligent Deep Yang, which is kind of weird.
Yep, which they just got recognized as a race a little bit before Magical UN by Terrasitis.
It could make interesting research. I'll offer you 3,000 gold for him.
I'll kind of mull it over, like visually, I'll mull it over and then nod.
Oh, you sure?
I look at Doots.
Okay.
Wait.
I was gonna say, you want to give me an appraise check to see if that's a proper price, and then yeah, whatever Gygax was saying. Apologies, guys.
I'll say Utham's very much not basing his price on market. He doesn't know the market value of.
No, Utham doesn't own any slaves. That's the whole point.
No, we're not a slaver nation. We're a sacrifice nation. We don't keep the slaves.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you can give me an appraise, and yeah, go ahead, Gygax. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I look at Doots. Doots. If we sell him, can I eat the doggy?
How about I make you a deal? We don't kill the dog yet, and we use it. If it does not serve any useful purposes, then you may go ahead.
We make it hunt more food.
Okay.
You know, hey guys, I'm just gonna put this out here right now. Assuming this dog is very loyal to its master, I don't think it's gonna want to work with us, bro.
It only takes a week to retrain an animal to listen to another person.
Appraise is 17.
What a cruel world.
As you take a second, you think about 3,000's a good starting price if this individual wasn't an adventurer, someone as experienced as you lot. While yes, they were unremarkable in combat, it doesn't mean, from that perspective, dudes, you would recognize that they were still capable enough to hold their own amongst your party without issue. They didn't take any damage during the fight. They didn't get at all harmed in any way. They came out of that fight technically better than Tun or Gygax. Yet they still stood on the front line the entire time. Given they weren't very helpful, but that doesn't mean that they aren't strong and capable. As you think about it, 3,000's a good if he didn't have the experience he does. You'd probably look at it more to be around 10 to 15,000 would be more uncommon. Given it's Utham and looking at him and what he's offering, you're probably looking at getting about 8,000 at best out of Utham.
Yeah.
So, But that would be what you'd get for roughly a price range. So 8 to 15K would be what you're looking at would be considered valuable for him, and that's including all of his gear. Not the dog, but the gear he's wearing at a meeting.
Oh, well, we didn't intend to sell him with the gear,
Hey, that's up to you.
so.
He's got common gear, so.
I mean, I don't know if this rule is staying in place, but if I remember correctly, usually when a player departs, we don't really get to keep their items.
Not unless
sticking with
that is only if Utham doesn't decide to buy him with the items. That's again between Dutes, your party, and Utham on the transaction and how that's held.
All right.
As of right now, the individual is considered free and is just sleeping in his room right now with all his belongings.
Do you require any of his equipment, or do you just want him as a person?
I didn't see anything special on him. Probably not.
So then, would you be willing to go for 6,000?
Utham kind of sighs. He's not from a very rich nation. That's a lot of money for a frost giant. And he'll reply, I could do that much for goods, but that much money I'd have to keep for the treasury of the nation.
Oh, well then my apologies. I didn't mean to offend
Yes,
if I did.
we're a nation that's we've only recently gotten into global trade, so we're not quite money rich. We're more resource rich.
Well, land rich, money poor.
Exactly.
How about, how much rations are you willing to part with along with 2,000 gold pieces?
Rations. Why would you need that many rations?
Yeah, Tauntaun also looks very confused that you're saying rations.
The only reason I'm even considering this as a potential option is because, as far as I can see, the only people that are in our party do need to eat is me and Tauntaun. And if I can save out on buying rations later on at any point, it would be very helpful.
Bro, that's a lot of rations, dog. That's a lot of rations. That will go bad.
Utham clicks his fingers and starts digging into his bag and pulls out a box.
Okay.
This is a field provision box. It's the magic item.
I figured this. Goddamn.
What's a field provision box?
Every single day, it makes food for 15 people, and food and water for 15 people.
Fuck yeah, dog.
Very useful army item to have. So Utham kind of carries a few for his guards, because 15 is for, creatures not as big as giants, so I have to carry a few.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you hand him, or kind of take this out, as you kind of look it over, and Utham kind of explains how the item works, the item looks to be a full preservation setup. It will preserve rations for far longer, if not indefinitely, depending on, even if the meat is fully raw or the materials would normally spoil. It doesn't seem to have any downsides other than it can only take food and, food items. So, food and food-like items, I should say.
Food and beverage.
Mm-hmm.
Would something like this be more your speed? I don't imagine you'd want to try to drag around thousands of pounds of rations.
You would be correct in that notion. Yeah. This plus the coin would be, I would say, adequate for him.
Then yeah, I'll put 2,000 gold on the table, along with the coin, and I'll motion to two of the blackguard to go grab the guy.
Yeah, as you put the coin down, a few moments go by, and then you hear some slight screaming and a quick moment of fire exploding from one of the back rooms as some light can be kind of shines through and smoke kind of flows through the back room. After a few moments, though, the squabble seems to be over as you watch as a tied up figure being guided out, their eyes kind of covered over, their arms tied up, their feet tied up, kind of being carried out like a tied hog.
Their mouth gagged because they breathe element.
Yep. They as they kind of the two guards go walking out with the individual, they just seem to nod. One of them kind of leans over to you, Utham, whispering that they left the backpack there, or in the room, as well as the weapon, but the armor would be a pain in the butt to take off.
Is it just normal armor, like leather armor?
It's base leather armor, yeah.
I'll just put some extra coins that are the market price of leather armor. That's not really, if it's not magical, it's not really worth the trouble, I think, on either side, if I just pay the price.
I think leather armor is like 20 gold pieces.
Yeah, well, I think the price changes via size, and he's small.
He is small, it is correct. 10 gold pieces. Which would be 5 for the size difference. So, yeah, as you set 5 extra gold pieces onto the table, at this point, Utham and Gygax, I imagine, now on their second round, as well as some food being brought out for them. You watch as, the guards walk away or the two Jarls walk away with your friend, former friend, completely tied up and then gone.
Is there any other business you have in mind?
Well, I did want to ask, because you said Zebril said we had something to do out here.
Yes.
What may that be?
To keep doing what you've been doing. Fight, become more famous. He sent you here because of the war.
Well, good to know that Seji is already being alerted of our presence.
Yes, I'd get signed on immediately. The scouting parties they've sent out are, the army prepping to attack. I don't know
who might
start attacking.
Who might be Seji be attacking or going to war with?
The Thrycrane.
I think back to the Thrycrane I've seen in Zebril's lands.
Mm-hmm. Hunting dog, not dog. Hunting Doug is a very different animal, sorry. Let me fix that. What are you thinking about?
So I guess I'm realizing more that Zebril wasn't gifted those Thrycrane, probably took them. If not, it's a different hive altogether.
Give me a wisdom check.
All right.
Or as I like to call
Thank you.
common sense check.
$12.
As you think for a second back towards it, the Thrycrane didn't seem to be there against their will. Many of them seem to be walking about, going about their business. You did see one large one that the smaller ones seem to center themselves around continuously. But otherwise, creatures did not seem to be there against their will in any way that you could tell.
So yeah, it's probably a different hive. Okay. Well, it's been a pleasure doing business with you, Reagan Utham.
Are there any specific questions about the hives you're curious about? I've done a surprising amount of research on creatures like the Thrycrane.
You know what? Yeah, it's probably best I go ahead and ask since you know. What should I expect? Like, what's special about the Thrycrane in particular?
Is there a specific kind you're looking at? The poisonous ones, the ones with bladed arms, the ones that crack shells?
Well, I assume, I don't exactly know which variant of the hive that Seiji is going against. So,
All of them.
sure. Let's start with the poison one.
Well, except for one. I understand he didn't want to fight the lava hive, which understandable. I wouldn't want to either.
Well, based on the name alone, I also don't want to fight a lava Thrycreen.
DM, what kind of role would you like on Thrycreen? Knowledge nature, or?
He walked away to stir stew.
Oh, well. Oh, wait a minute then.
Alright, I thought my I could smell burning chicken, so I figured it was a good time to go check the crock pot and maybe move, stir it a little bit. Knowledge nature, if you're trying to, it depends on what you're trying to gain from this. Yeah.
I guess because I've read books, knowledge history might be more proper.
Are you just trying to gather what you know about the Thrycreen in general, or are you trying to think for specific hives?
What the hives are good at, general stuff.
Okay.
Let's see. Also, this has the same modifier. 53. That was almost half point.
God damn.
I have a plus 34 to a bunch of knowledge skills.
You know, it definitely shows. Not gonna lie on that. Let me pull up my Grand Hive Collective.
Because I know a lot about the hives, but I don't know.
You're a smart man, Charlie Brown.
Yeah, so you're familiar with the 6 main hives as far as it goes. Clackarak is one of probably the most well-known and well-documented Thrycreen of the time. As far as the lesser lords and those who serve him, oh hey, I just found the information for the coins here too. God damn it, I'll have to check this later. But yeah, as you kind of think for a moment, you don't remember many of the other members other than the Clackarak and his mother. The rest of the lords are for the most part pretty well hidden. Their information seems to be pretty scattered, though there are some signs that there are some significant warriors amongst the Thrycreen. Not much else is known.
Okay, then I'll just go on the lore page's base info on the hives.
Okay.
The worm ravagers are the number ones. There's a lot of them. They're poisonous. They're actually the only hive that doesn't live underground. Not much than that. They're weak individually, and there's a lot of them. The vulture claws are the crackers, as I mentioned. They have one very large arm. They're the densest and arguably the strongest. The long brains would probably be the easiest to attack. They're not really known for fighting. They're very fragile. They're crafters, from my understanding. The single blades, which is where the king is from, they're known for having a carapace that people like into Dragonbone. On one of their arms, they'll grow a long blade that's said to be unbreakable. And I would guess, from what I know of their king, they very much prefer a sneaky approach to killing people.
So it seems overall just a robust hive, and the 6 main hives are a bit robust altogether. Okay. Is there any known weaknesses of them?
Thrycreen are very well known to be weak to psionic attacks. They're easy to make they're very easy to be known or mistracked with smells. If you can figure out the pheromone system, they're most of the soldiers are very dumb. However, the problem, as you would know, with them is not the soldiers, nor is it the pheromones. It's the individuals who have their own personalities that become the problem.
I mean, their minds are weak. They're not smart, but unless you can hit a lot of them with mental attacks at a wide range, it's not really going to help with their numbers. Like I said, one Thrycreen alone is very weak. I would
So
prepare
very
something to deal
much.
with Groot.
All right. Group management. So AOE. All right. I'm trying to think what else I might want to ask or know.
Also,
I heard their shit's poisonous.
Azutham kind of just leans down and whispers that to you.
It was mentioned at the UN meeting.
Ah. Well, good thing none of us are partakers of fecal matter consumption.
I more meant they might try to stab you with their own poop. Like
Thought we're
goblins.
going to
Well-
Vietnam.
Wouldn't be the first time something's attempted.
That's a little... Wait, hold up. I'm the DM and I don't remember this. What?
The goblins you had us fight that we burned
Oh.
down instead of letting them get close.
Yeah, well, you never saw anything on that next to Tun Tun.
Yeah.
Like, the smell of burnt
Portals and
shit.
madness.
Yeah.
Tun's eyes are
Yeah,
burned with fire.
As Tun Tun's trying to not gag the drink down, everyone's in the background enjoying some food. He's sitting there reliving the fire in his eyes as he just stares with a light chortle.
It's how I calm myself.
Yeah, the vomiting was an experience. His teammate being sold off for pennies on the dime, not a problem. But the drink was really traumatizing. That should have gotten you enough time, dudes. What do you got? Any other questions for Regan Utham?
No, I think that's it for now. And for now, I mean, I'm gonna just lie and deal with what I got.
Oh.
In the
I'll
meantime,
look
I
the-
collect them all of
You-
stored inside of me.
You collect what?
All
Main
of
stuff.
Minion's stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I bring the hunting dog around and I ask Longnose for some food for the dog.
Kind of sticks his head out and just kind of sees Regan Utham and then nods and goes, yeah, and kind of pulls his head back in. A few moments later, he comes out with what looks to be a heavy bowl full of what looks to be just like meat mush, setting it in front of the dog as it seems to chow down almost immediately.
Good puppy.
It's more of a question for Seiji.
Well, if that's all of them, I'm going to get my men prepped to move out tomorrow. Well, I know Zebril is a crafter of more numbers thing, with a bit more kick. Please do feel free to visit.
Oh, I'll consider it.
Still have to deal with
I
that
kinda-
fucking backlog of beholder bodies.
Thank you
Over
again.
100,000 beholders. What are you supposed to do with them all?
Goes walking out with that. All right.
No.
As Regan Utham and his guards kind of start to head out, they start heading down the road, leaving you lot there. Unless I was going to say, dudes had anything else he's going to try and grab Regan Utham for?
No.
No? Okay. As you three are kind of left in the bar with the ward dog, a few moments go by as you're kind of sitting there, kind of staring at the drink, thinking, dudes. Tun reliving his enjoyment with his little light chortles as he sips on a drink, and Gygax, I assume, kind of watching the dog as it eats.
Licking my lips, yes.
You watch as Longnose kind of sticks his nose out and then his head out and goes, "Is he gone?"
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Oh, thank the gods! I thought he was gonna kill me. Oh, I'm wanted for like 3 different crimes in Purser's last hold. Most of it has to do with exposing my bare chest around the city. I didn't know it was that cold. I mean, fully fair enough that they tell you when you get off the airships that it's cold as all hell. But how was I supposed to know I could cut glass with those? All right, I didn't think it was a literal thing. I thought it was a joke.
I will stare at him blankly at that.
Stanton laughs.
Huh? What?
It doesn't matter. I heard you. I couldn't help but overhear you're waiting for Seji. He's crashed for the night. You ain't gonna see him till the morning. You might as well enjoy yourselves while you're in town.
Oh, what does this town have to offer?
He looks at you and goes, "I got exactly what you could need." And he kind of gives a very big smile and goes, "Follow me around back, gentlemen." As he kind of climbs over the bar and starts heading out to the front of the business and walking around to the back.
Stanton will follow.
I'll follow.
I grab a leash. Or does the dog have a leash?
It does not.
I tap the doggy. Follow. And I start walking with everyone.
The dog seems to look at you, look at the bowl of food, look at you, and looks down at the bowl, picks up the bowl, and walks out with it as it follows after you. As you all come around to the back, you see this really seedy looking door that looks to be as it opens, it creaks. The very thick imprint of someone or of hands that have gone on it, kind of cleaning the knob to a point where it almost nicely gleams in the street light. As you or in the moonlight, as you kind of walk over and into the back of business, you walk in this very dark room that has a couple of wooden chairs set up, a couple other trolls sitting about, all of them with these different drinks waiting. As you look forward, there's a large stage, a heavy red curtain, and the sign that says Gloria's 30th anniversary, kind of painted above it.
Is this a store?
Gex looks about as he walks in.
I want to go shopping.
As you kind of stand there for a minute, you start to hear music begin to play as another bard in the background begins to play what sounds like smooth jazz. The curtains start to open, and you hear from a voice start to boom. And the voice goes, "For all those who are new in the village tonight, we welcome you to the greatest showing you could expect in the Troll Lands. Men and women come from yards around, looking for this, miles, if you will, to see this individual. Take a seat and enjoy yourselves as drinks and food is on the house tonight. And enjoy the show." As you watch, as slowly from the shadow, you see a humanoid figure begin to come out as it starts to dance, almost as it starts to kind of gestate in weird ways. The body seemingly trying to show itself off. It looks almost unnatural, and as it comes into the sun or into the light in the room, as the spotlight that seems to focus in on it, you see a large cloth wrapped singular tube that looks like it's just like a piece of wood and with cloth taped around it, and then strings that are kind of operating it to make it dance like a puppet. As you begin to watch this troll put on a stripper puppet show.
Desmond is very entertained. However, he does not know if he should be seeing this, or he is too. Desmond does not yet know about the birds and the bees.
As you watch this stunt, the dancing continues. You hear the trolls calling out, screaming, cheering as they do so, calling out towards the puppet. You can see the very clear things of string up towards the top, kind of making it dance. Gygax looks completely confused on what's going on. Doots, what do you... As you watch this, you've remained quiet. How are you reacting?
I can't even find, like, probably what Hunter just sent is probably the best representation of my fucking face. But it's more like in a sense of like, what am I watching?
Tauntaun's entertainment, like from the start, slowly turns into terror. That's like not knowing what he's seeing. He's very confused. He doesn't know.
It just continues to dance awkwardly and very robotically as the strings pull it around. After about 30 minutes of this going on, if you guys just of guests remaining standing there, the lights kind of dim down as the individual or the towel-like figure kind of slowly finds itself walking back behind the stage. A few moments go by as some cluttering or some clanking and clattering sounds kind of hit from behind as some individual seems to be walking out of a doorway. As you see Longnose come out and with a big smile on his face and goes, "So what'd you think of the show, gentlemen? My wife can dance, can't she?"
Yeah, some of the best dancing I've seen.
He nods up and down and goes, "People come from all around to see it." I know it's exactly what you need. I offered to Regan Utham, but when he came in here, he asked me a lot of questions. Something about like how a piece of cloth could physically have children, and I didn't want to have to explain to a giant, especially one that's supposed to be educated, how the birds and the bees work. Regan couldn't even tell me where kids came from. I'm pretty sure he just doesn't understand. I mean, I bought mine at the store and wrapped him around the same pole that I wrapped her around. I mean, that's how children are born. I don't know what he seemed to understand. He kept talking about some weird thing about popping out kids, something about pulling them out of a body. It was disgusting. I'll be honest.
Bro,
Witchcraft, if you will.
I got no strings to hold me.
Witchcraft, if you ask me. As he just kind of looks at you, and goes, but yeah, if that wasn't your thing, I recommend enjoying your hot springs. Your rooms are still paid for the night, and I know Seiji will be backing out on them come day. Given the war effort that's about to go on, there's supposedly an invasion in the south that's about to happen. So if you want to get signed on, now's the time to start moving your asses. No, it ain't gonna start without him.
Where can I buy
yeah.
potions?
Potions. You want? Are you telling me my wife's cooking and her show didn't reinvigorate you?
I need health potions for when I'm not here to enjoy your wife's food.
I understand. She can't come with you. It's a problem every adventurer has to face. I mean, Profit sells them in the market. I can sell them to you, but my stuff's homemade. I don't know how much it follows that wizard recipe they keep talking about. Something about 2 tablespoons of something. I added about 4 cups, and it smells like peanut butter, and it does the trick every time.
Question, Royce, is
Yes.
the ground beneath what we're standing on, is it dirt or like a wooden floor?
The back of the building is a wooden floor, though it looks to be very thick logs that are just kind of been sawed and then kind of put padding, like sheet padding on top of it.
Gotcha. If it was dirt, I was gonna write something in the ground to convey communication. However, 'cause I want to go shopping. I can get any colorium shoes, some red colorium shoes, because the one thing keeping Tuntun down right now is his lack of speed.
He just kind of looks at you and goes, "Hey, now that you're down a teammate, I got a friend of mine. I can't promise they're good, but I'm gonna introduce them to you. They also ate the meal." As he looks at Tuntun and Gygax.
So your potions.
Yes.
How much and what level are they?
About 200 gold pieces, and yes.
They're 200 gold pieces each?
Yes.
How big are they?
Troll-sized.
I'll buy one.
How big is the troll?
He nods and he looks at you and goes, "Give me a minute. I have to. It's behind my wife's little stage. She keeps them back there when she makes them. Give me a second." As you see him kind of turn and walk back for a moment, leaving you guys for a few moments alone. The dog has set the plate down, the bowl down, and is just back to chewing on the meat.
The wife makes it?
That's what he said.
This guy has schizophrenia. We need to find some pills for the poor bastard. But then again, this is we are talking about the if you believe in it hard enough, it'll happen kind of place.
At least it's not the Feywild.
No. Something far more dangerous.
A few moments go by, and he comes back out with this purplish red drink in a very large wine bottle that looks to be about a liter of liquid. As he kind of smiles, it has what looks to be bits of insect kind of crushed up into it and tossed in there. You kind of notice a couple of insect heads in there, look almost like bee heads, without the little bit of fur. Well, actually no, they don't have fur on their head. Never mind.
Yes, they do.
Do they? Okay, fair ant. Yeah. As you kind of look at the inside, you can kind of see what looks to be in the outer carapace of this creature. It looks like it once was a kind of like an ant-like creature with a very bulbous behind. Kind of like that one. You know what? I don't remember the name of the robot movie now suddenly, but that gives me a scene that comes to mind.
I hand over 200 of the new
coin.
Yes.
Oh, as you hand over the coin, he kind of looks at it and smiles and goes, "I promise it'll invigorate you. But the last man who drank a whole one, he couldn't stop moving for 2 whole weeks. So don't drink it all in one go."
Okay. And where is this other place?
He kind of looks at you for a second and goes, "Oh, you mean the wizard's natural stuff, Prophet Square? It's over in the market square towards the southern gate. It's hard to miss. It's a big old square of stones with market stalls. Prophet's the oldest troll in the bunch. Usually likes to sit around a big door that just sits in the middle of there. Doesn't go to anywhere. I don't know what's in it. Saw a fella go in there once and then come back out, though."
Ooch, can we go there, please?
Yes. We
Okay.
can.
I get the dog's attention. We're
Dog.
gonna go. You coming with us?
It's kind of like as you look at it, as it looks up at you, piece of meat kind of in its mouth there, like still it's kind of tearing up. It looks up and it kind of chews a bit for a second, and then just kind of picks up its bowl and stands waiting. I will say it is dark out, so like. Or sorry, no, not dark out. The sun is still rising out, so you're still early, very early in the morning. Like, I mean, Regan Utham being up, this is 2-3 a.m. in the morning. We're talking at this point.
Yeah, but is the bowl empty?
Oh, the bowl? No, it's still full.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's still chewing his way through it. Sorry, I didn't hear that. I think you got cut off. But yeah, as you guys head out into, I assume, the town with Tun Tun not being able to draw in the dirt. I mean, unless Tun Tun's going to try and get Doots and Gygax's attention to link with him.
Because it's nighttime, right?
Well, early in the
we
morning.
should be on
Yeah.
Okay, early morning. I was about to say we should be on the streets. Okay. Yeah. Tun Tun will put a froggy hand on Gygax's shoulder.
Yes, Tun Tun, I say psionically.
I want to go shopping for calorium goods.
I pass this message on to Doots. Tun Tun wants to buy that stuff.
Then let's go buy some things.
As you guys... Yeah, go ahead.
I'll form a connection to Tun Tun.
Okay.
What are you looking to buy?
clothing items made with calorium, as I told Gygax.
Sorry, I guess that part didn't. Yeah, I'm sorry, that part was cut out for me. That's my bad.
As you
No
three.
worries, my good sir. I've heard of the calorium gives abilities to those who wear them.
Let's go fashion shopping.
Quite, yes.
As you guys head into the streets, we're gonna end here today because we have a new party member joining. Hopefully next session, and this will be a good chance for them to get to join on with you guys and get hopefully their own little bit of items. So we thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed, and we will see you on the next fight, hopefully with less lions.